Welcome to Universe Beyond. I am the guide for this infinite journey. Tonight, we delve into the unseen stories, woven into the very fabric of time and space. The year is 2026, and the air around Launch Pad 39B is thick with a tension that feels almost physical. A collective breath held by millions across the planet. Behind the visor of my helmet, the world has narrowed down to the rhythmic sound of my own breathing and the steady, reassuring hum of the Orion spacecraft's life support systems. We are sitting atop the Space Launch System, a tower of fire and ambition that stands as a testament to humanity's refusal to remain bound to a single world. The countdown is not merely a sequence of numbers, but a heartbeat for a species that has spent half a century dreaming of its return to the lunar wilderness. When the ignition finally comes, it is not a sound, but a primal force that vibrates through the marrow of my bones, a thunderous declaration of our departure from the cradle of Earth. The sky outside the reinforced windows transitions from a familiar cerulean to a bruised, electric purple, and then, with a suddenness that catches the breath, to a black so deep it feels like an ocean of ink. Gravity becomes a heavy hand pressing against my chest, a final attempt by our home world to hold on to the children it has nurtured for eons. And then, in an instant of profound silence, the weight vanishes, leaving us suspended in the weightless embrace of the great cosmic void. The Earth is no longer a world under our feet, but a breathtaking jewel of sapphire and marble, glowing with an internal light against the absolute darkness of the vacuum. It is a sight that humbles the soul, a fragile sanctuary protected by a thin, glowing ribbon of atmosphere that seems far too delicate to guard all of human history. Looking back at our home from this distance, the borders and conflicts that define our daily lives dissolve into insignificance, replaced by a deep, aching sense of unity and shared destiny. Every mountain range, every ocean, and every city we have ever known is contained within that small, shimmering sphere, floating in a loneliness that is both terrifying and beautiful. As we journey across the translunar coast, the stars do not twinkle as they do from the ground. They shine with a steady, unblinking ferocity that reveals the true scale of the galaxy. The silence inside the cabin becomes a companion, a quiet space where the mind can wander through the vast distances that separate us from everything we have ever loved. The moon grows from a silver coin in the sky into a massive, looming presence, its gray surface, scarred by billions of years of cosmic bombardment and ancient violence. It is a world of monochrome majesty, where the lack of an atmosphere preserves every crater, and every ridge in a state of eternal, motionless perfection. As we enter lunar orbit, the landscape below is a labyrinth of shadows and light, a desolation that possesses its own haunting and magnificent rhythm. The descent to the lunar South Pole is a dance of precision and nerves, as the lander's engines kick up clouds of fine, silvery dust that have not been disturbed for geological epochs. We are aiming for the edge of the Shackleton crater, a place of perpetual shadow where the sun skims the horizon like a ghost, never rising high enough to warm the frozen ground. The contact light illuminates, and for a moment, the universe seems to stop spinning, as the legs of the craft settle into the regolith of a world that has waited 50 years for our return. Stepping out onto the ladder, the silence of the moon is absolute, a quiet so profound that it feels like a physical weight upon the ears. My first step into the dust is light, the 1/6 gravity, making me feel as though I am walking through a dream, untethered from the heavy realities of the world I left behind. The lunar regolith is a strange substance, a fine and abrasive powder that clings to the fabric of my suit, like the memories of a forgotten age. It smells of spent gunpowder and ozone, a sharp and metallic scent that serves as a sensory bridge between the sterile interior of the ship and the ancient exterior of the moon. To stand at the lunar South Pole is to stand on the precipice of the eternal, where the long shadows stretch across the plains like dark fingers, reaching for the secrets of the universe. The mountains in the distance are jagged and sharp, unweathered by wind or rain, standing as silent sentinels over a landscape that has never known the sound of a rustling leaf. In the permanently shadowed regions of the craters, ice hidden for billions of years, holds the promise of a future where humanity might finally learn to live among the stars. We are not here merely to visit, but to stay, to build a gateway that will eventually lead us to the rusted plains of Mars and the icy moons of the outer solar system. As I look up from the gray desolation of the lunar surface, I witness the most spectacular sight available to human eyes: the Earthrise. The blue planet crests over the lunar horizon, a vibrant and living thing rising above a dead and silent world. reminding us of the miracle of our own existence. It is a moment of cosmic perspective that shatters any lingering sense of self-importance, leaving only a profound gratitude for the small, blue world that sustains us. The Earth looks so small from here, a tiny outpost of life in a universe that is mostly cold, dark, and indifferent to our strivings. Every breath I take in this suit is a gift from the engineers and dreamers, who dedicated their lives to making this impossible journey a reality. We are the eyes of humanity, looking back at ourselves from the shore of a new ocean, realizing that our journey has only just begun. The Artemis mission is not just a return to the moon, it is the first step toward a future, where the children of Earth will no longer be confined to their birth world. We carry with us the hopes of every generation that looked up at the night sky, and wondered if we were alone, or if there was a place for us among the constellations. The moonscape is a canvas of gray and silver, but in my mind, I see the colors of Earth, the green of the forests, the gold of the deserts, and the white of the polar caps. It is the contrast between the two worlds that defines our humanity, the bridge between the familiar comforts of home and the terrifying allure of the unknown. As the sun sets on the lunar horizon, the shadows grow long and the temperatures drop into a freezing abyss, yet the stars above remain as bright and inviting as ever. We will leave our footprints in this dust, and though there is no wind to sweep them away, they will eventually be joined by the footprints of many others who follow in our wake. The silence of the moon is not a void, but a sanctuary, a place where the noise of the world is replaced by the music of the spheres, and the clarity of the soul. I realize now that the moon is not a destination, but a mirror, reflecting back to us the courage, the curiosity, and the boundless potential of the human spirit. As we prepare to ascend and begin the long journey back to the blue marble, I take one last look at the desolate beauty of the South Pole. It is a harsh and unforgiving environment, yet it feels like a new home, a frontier that will test us and transform us in ways we cannot yet imagine. The journey home will be a transition from the stillness of the vacuum to the chaotic, vibrant energy of a world teeming with life and movement. We will descend through the atmosphere in a streak of fire, returning to the arms of the Earth with the dust of another world still clinging to our boots. But we will not be the same people who left. For once, you have seen the Earth hanging in the blackness of space. You can never truly return to the narrow perspectives of the past. We are part of a grander story, a narrative that began with the first stars and will continue long after we are gone, reaching out toward the farthest edges of the cosmos. The 2026 mission is a bridge across time, connecting the pioneers of the past with the explorers of the future, unified by a single, shimmering dream of discovery. Thank you for watching until the very end. Please subscribe and hit the like button. Thank you for watching this channel.